Hello everyone, Styling Steve back with another video review. It is Friday, as I'm calling it now, Funko Friday, and today I've got a very special nostalgic piece of my childhood here in front of me. I have got Battle Armour He-Man, I have got Battle Armour Skeletor, and I have got Orko from the Funko Pop Masters of the Universe line that is out right now. Picking a few of these guys up and reliving my childhood. Masters of the Universe was a big part of my childhood. I had a lot of the heroes, had even more of the villains, because growing up, my best friend who lived next door to me had Castle Grayskull. He had all the heroes. I had Skeletor, and I had most of the villains, and I had Snake Mountain. So together we had some pretty epic Eternian battles going on. So when I saw these guys, I had to pick them up, and I'm going to do a little review for you here now. First up, I'm going to take a look at the back of the box for the most powerful man in the universe, He-Man. If I spin the box around, you will see the other figures out right now in the line. You see Beastman, Battle Armour He-Man, Battle Armour Skeletor, Merman, Evelyn, Orko, and Stratos. And I'm going to pick these guys up as my budget allows and as I do find them. For He-Man himself, inside of the box just says Battle Armour He-Man, number 562. Front of the box you see our hero inside his plastic prison, which he will use his super strength to break out of. Not really. I'm going to open the box. Top of the box, pretty standard. Bottom, pretty standard. It's a nice shot of him on the side there. And it's the same kind of packaging all around. So, he Orko on the side of his box. And you see Skeletor on the side of his box. I know there were previous Masters released in the Funko line. The He-Man and Skeletor right now are especially ridiculously priced, in my opinion, because my wallet's not that deep. But I'm going to go ahead and get He-Man out here. Standard Funko box. Easy as pie to open. So I do these unboxings on camera. Hello, He-Man. And I get him out. And here we have Eternia's greatest hero in the plastic. I'd say in the flesh, but it's not quite in the flesh. We know that. Now, this is actually a really nice Funko take on the original toy, as you can see. And yeah, it's nice sculpting done. There's no mouth, obviously, because these figures, for some reason, don't have a mouth. But you can see, if I move in, the detailing for the H on the chest. This is where the Battle Armor gimmick would take place. You would punch that, and it would go to one level and then 2 levels of damage. And on the second level of damage, of course, then Skeletor would win, if he could get that far. Nice detailing with the rivets and the coloring on the shield here. His battle axe in hand. I'll turn it more to the side there. You can see nice detailing done in the axe. Backplate, really done well. The famous Eternian furry underwear and furry boots. And, of course, it being Funko. Now, this is the first time I've had this happen. His head does turn. I mean, yes, they all do the full Exorcist. But here we have the battle axe is actually hindering movement because of the haircut. It's the first time I've ever had that happen on a figure. But I'm okay with it. I mean, it's not like it's going to do much. Mostly these guys are staying in shelves, staying in their boxes, I should say, on my shelves. But I do like the look of He-Man here. So I'll lay He-Man over to the side for now. Next up, I will grab Mr. Skeletor, the master of Snake Mountain, who apparently doesn't want to come out and play today. Well, it's Funko. If one end of the box doesn't open, the other end of the box probably will. So, more packaging thrown to the side. And here we have Battle Armour Skeletor with his Havoc Staff. Again, as you can see, a pretty decent representation of the Battle Armour Skeletor from way back in my childhood. The purple on his hood is really, really bright. It's a brighter purple than actually, I think, the boots. I don't know how well it's coming through on camera, but the Havoc Staff itself and the hood are really, really a bright, bright purple here. Red eyes. He, of course, has a mouth because he's a skeleton. And again, you can see the detailing here for the Battle Armor gimmick. You would punch Skeletor here once, twice, and on the second level of damage, He-Man would win. Skeletor would be vanquished once again, and Eternia would be safe. The Havoc staff has some nice detailing. You can see the ram's head in there. Trying to get the light on it a little bit. Nice little detail to the horns and the eye and the bottom of the skull that's there. And his little booties with his toes. And of course, with Skeletor, ooh, he was nice and solid from the paint. But yeah, the head does rotate. Come back around, Skeletor. They even got like the detailing of the figure down to the blue with the fins here in blue, which were never done right. They were never, I don't think they were colored on the original figure. I'll look at the picture again, but and the back plate done really nicely, and of course the furry underwear, because it's Eternia. Ooh, a little bit of, I think that's a little bit of paint slap or a little bit of missing paint on mine. Oh well, not a big deal. But we have Skeletor with his Havoc staff. Battle Armour Skeletor. Don't worry, Steve, I'll keep him away. And last but not least, we have Orko. One of Eternia's Masters of Magic from Trolla, visiting wizard. And probably one of my favorite characters from the show. Certainly one of my favorite toys when I was a kid. I did have the Orko toy, and unfortunately lost the Orko toy at an uncle's house. I'm not sure where it ended up inside his house. And my parents, because I was just a kid at the time, never replaced it because it was, I suppose, a lesson for me to be more careful with my toys and where I had them. So until I saw this little guy on the shelf, I did not have an Orko. So this guy kind of means a little bit to me, because he means a little bit more to me because he was one of my favorite toys as a kid that I lost and never found a way to replace. And I know I could have gone eBay or Amazon or found something of that nature, but it wouldn't have been my toy, you know. So this is a new one for me that I picked out myself. This is our Troll and Sorcerer with his magic wand, and as you can see, he is on a translucent plastic stand here, and that gives the imitation that he's flying. And his hood, or his hat, is of course a different color than the robes, with a little muffle in place there and the big yellow eyes, which works because you never really did see Orko's mouth. So I mean, as a Funko toy, as a pop figure, he works really well. And his robes just go all around. It looks like his arms should move. The Funko toys do this to you a lot. The seams are there. It looks like the arms should move, but of course we know it's Funko, so no. The only thing that happens is the head does move. Now, Orko is hindered by the sculpt, it appears. His head only goes back and forth that much, left and right. I mean, I could force it, but I really don't want to. And it looks like it's hindered because he's more of a square design underneath. Yeah, you can see where the... Oop, I'll get my thumb out of the way. You can see underneath the way this works when you turn him is he's got a square as opposed to a circle design. So no, he's only got limited movement. He's completely hindered, which is all right. Now, like I said, this is a really nice version of Orko, and I'll hold him over here, and we'll get the picture comparison up there with the old toy. See if I can get focus on Orko a little bit. Come on, you. There we go. And there. So, Orko. Probably my favorite of the set so far. I have seen some of the other previous figures around town. I have seen Man-at-Arms around. I think I've seen Stratos. I'm going to pick these up as I can and as they happen. But, again, this is Funko Friday. And these are my current Masters of the Universe, the Battle Armour He-Man, Orko, and the Battle Armour Skeletor. And, of course, it wouldn't be done without doing some kind of a size comparison here. So I'll bring He-Man to the forefront for a minute and bring in one of my Doctor Who figures. You can see the 11th Doctor 3 3/4 inch figure. So he's not... Whoop, this figure does not like to stand up. You can see He-Man is just a little bit taller. So he's about 4 inches tall versus Matt's 3 3/4. Because I can put my finger over the hair. There's just a little hair's breadth of space between them. So yeah, that's that one. And there's a 6-inch figure. I'll bring in the 10th Doctor. As he stands up next to He-Man. Stands a little better. So you get an idea of the scale of the Funko figures versus a regular action figure. And that's about it. So I'm going to get He-Man back over here. Orko keeping the peace between good and evil. Orko being the balance. CubeCraft Steve watching from the stands. Yeah. Battle Armour He-Man, Battle Armour Skeletor, and Orko from the Funko Pop Masters of the Universe line. I'm Stylin' Steve. If you do like the reviews that I'm doing, I've been releasing Doctor Who toy reviews on Tuesdays, and I'm releasing the Funko Fridays on Friday, of course. Can I say that enough times? Funko Friday, Funko Friday. So getting into a bit of regular time here. If you like what I'm doing, if you like these reviews, or if you like the Doctor Who reviews, certainly go ahead and click that like button on the video. Click the subscribe button if you want to follow along with all of my videos. Click the little notification bell if you want to be updated when I do upload a new video. And other than that, from Eternia, back to Earth, I'm Stylin' Steve, and I'll see you next time.